We're really excited to talk about future audiences through growth building, but I'm going to let my panelist introduce herself. But my name is Matt Grandchamp. I lead all of sales and marketing for NowThis.
Love that. Hi, I'm Krista Dalton. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Tecovas, a Western boot bear brand. Based here in Austin. If you have no plans between now and dinner, our store is less than a mile away, and you need a souvenir while you're here. I've been there for 2 years. I spent the 7 years previous to that at Overstock.com as the Chief Merchandising and Customer Officer. And previous to that, I spent 9 years at Target Corporation in various merchandising roles.
Great. I think for the first question, one of the things when we think about future audiences, we think about the channels that we need to play on. So a lot of people now say maybe not TV or maybe go all programmatic or even influencers. So from you, what do you think is the best strategy moving forward for growth?
Yeah. We are a 10-year-old boot company, and our awareness in the broader market is close to about 4%. And so upper funnel is the name of the game for us right now. And I have really stood by television. I'm not sold on podcasting. If anybody here has a great experience with podcasting, please tell me about it. We're testing it, but television was not something that actually the leadership team, when I came in, believed in. They had a 5-year plan to phase out television. And the first thing I did was I shut television off completely because I said, okay, if you think it's going away, let me prove to you why it can't. Turned it off, and all of our ROAS metrics for every other channel tanked. And it's a private company, so I could do that, which was very refreshing for me. And then we became the case study for why television works. We turned it back on, got new creative from our new head of creative, and within 6 to 8 weeks, we had traffic back. Within 6 to 8 months, we had conversion back. So every metric that you could think of really worked for us there. And so as we think about expanding, awareness plays there. We have expanded into 40 stores across 22 states. We will have 57? No, I'm going to get that number wrong. 50-ish by the end of next year. And what we're seeing as you open stores is traffic going up on e-com as well as people learn about us. So we're absolutely, brand awareness is name of the game right now.
That's amazing. And so 57 stores next year. And where are some of the stores going to be opening?
New York City. We just announced it, I think, yesterday, officially, maybe a couple days ago.
Yeah, March 5th, I saw. Yep.
Yeah, South by Southwest is really making time not feel real. We're also opening a Chicago store in the summer and 2 more stores in California. Minneapolis we're opening, and we already have one in Ohio, and I think another one in Tennessee.
Okay, amazing.
I should have those all memorized.
And so as you're growing brick and mortar, and you're also doing TV, yep. What other channels are really important for you for your growth?
It's a great question. We're also in wholesale. So I don't know if any of you are Western aficionados, but we're actually expanding into... I was going to say mom and pop, but that's not fair. They are very large, but totally authentic wholesalers. So Howell's Western Wear in Michigan has one store run by the Howell family, but they are the Western destination for horse riding there. And so getting our boots into that authentic space where one of the biggest challenges we have with cowboys is, okay, you're so new, you're 10 years old, versus our competition. Lucchese was founded in the 1800s and with an unbroken chain of sales. And so for us being new, we want them to know we're still quality made. So getting our boot in hand and using a form where we already know our audience lives is incredibly important to us. So wholesale expansion, television, digital, which when I was first hired as the chief digital officer, and one of the first questions in my interview was, are you comfortable if sales on digital go down as we expand retail? And I was like, absolutely. That's a total company gain. Let's go. But what we're seeing instead is e-com's growing where we're opening stores. So it's been just a delightful, fun experience to be at a growth company after 7 years at Overstock, where I think think this is public. The EBITDA is less than 2%. And so every day was a struggle. It was a $4 billion company with 600 people at headquarters. And you had to fight for every head count. You had to fight for every dollar. You had to defend it every day. And now being here, we were able to just secure a last-minute spot at the Chiefs game and have like 18 million people view it. And our leadership team is excited about commercials and television and pop-ups and all the ways that we can meet our customers. And that is the most refreshing feeling after 7 years of pinching pennies. Well, sorry to brag.
Well, exciting there. And so TV seems important. You're talking about growth. You were chief digital officer. So what a lot of people are asking, probably in other panels have been talking about influencer. What is your approach to the influencer growth that's happening?
And this is funny because, whatever. Hi, Tecovas is having a great moment, and we have people reach out to us all the time asking to get boots on feet. And I can't name him, but he just signed like a $5 million deal with like a national brand. And so when my team came to me and said, hey, he reached out, I was like, we're not doing a deal with him. Like, we don't have the money. No, he just wants boots on feet. He loves your boots. He just wants to wear them. And so our approach to influencers is very much in the ethos of, we are a radically hospitable brand, and we want people to know how comfortable our boots are. I want someone in every zip code in America to be wearing Tecovas, and that starts with influencers. And so we use ShopMy, and we actually don't pay influencers. We don't have anybody who we pay to post about us. We don't give out discount codes. We truly give them our product, and then we let them write whatever they want. And I'm never nervous about it, which is a really wonderful thing about the boots, which are handcrafted. I believe in the mission. I believe in who we are, and that they'll sell themselves. So our approach to influencers, to get back to your question, is authentically connect with people who genuinely love us. Do not pay someone who doesn't love us to speak about us. That's true of podcasts. That's true of television programming. We're going to be on... Again, I don't know if I can announce this, but none of you are recording. It'll be fine. Fox and Friends. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello. In the back. He's got me. We're going to be on Fox and Friends morning segment where they're trying to convince this guy to get into cowboy boots. And Tecovas will be part of that segment. And again, the risk level was very low for me because I'm like, I know that you're going to love wearing our boots because I haven't met someone yet who hasn't.
Well, that's amazing. And as you said, you're growing and making 57 stores, but your first store and your main store is in Austin.
Yes, it's on South Congress. I'm like, we call it the SoCo store. So I was like, it's on SoCo, as if I'm a super great local. South Congress, thank you so much. And if you haven't been to a Tecovas store, our head of retail, who came to us from UGG, just was awarded one of the Innovators of 2024 because of what she's done with our stores. She has negotiated smaller formats. The malls want us to be bigger. We drive a lot of traffic. We give away free drinks. You walk in, you get a drink. You don't have to buy a boot, and we never want you to feel guilty for not buying a boot. We want you to come in and enjoy it. You can get a boot shine. You can get your boots branded. We have a ton of people come in for their weddings with their husbands on dates, and so I'm really ramping up the CRM story there. I'm quadrupling our spend in email. And my head of email looked at me and goes, I don't want to do that. And I was like, why not? She goes, because my denominator, it's going to hurt ROAS. I was like, oh, okay, this is a coaching moment. I don't want your ROAS to scale with spend. I want you to start storytelling about the fact that you can come into our store with your mom for Mother's Day and brand it with, we're getting a cattle brand, and it's going to be that mom tattoo outline with the thing that says mom on it. So the whole campaign is bring your mom in for a mom date, grab a drink, get it branded. We're having to deal with the fact that some people want to brand their skin, and we're like, you're a lunatic. No. But we do customizations on hats. We're having a whole hat bar and experiential shopping. is something that especially the younger generation, millennials and younger, love. And we're right in that niche of it. And so malls love us. Malls want us in their stores. We jokingly say your wife can go to Lululemon, come over and grab a drink with us at Tecovas.
That sounds great. And so you kind of highlighted it on that, but for growing audiences and the future of audiences, it's about the experiences you create for them. So you talked a little bit about the experiences you create for your consumers, but what about the experiences you create for your wholesalers and also the people that work for the company?
Yeah. So one of our brand ethos, 3 brand pillars, is radical hospitality. So that drink in hand, that's not just with our customers, it's also with our vendors. It's with our suppliers. We make our boots in Mexico, so you guys can imagine how my last couple of weeks have been. But our supplier is talking about helping us with costs because they love working with us, because we're clear with them. And what that means isn't pandering, but it is truly saying, here's how long you're going to work with us. Here's a really clear outline of what we want and when we want it. We do programs with them like excess leather. So when you make a boot, there's leather left over. The people in our factories can bring that home and craft miniature boots that we sell as ornaments, and we give them the profit from it, the actual worker. And with our wholesalers, we want to be the partner they love most. So we ship them little handwritten notes, and we make sure if we have an inventory problem, which we do right now, somebody stole our truck. We are giving the inventory that we have out of our D2C channels to our wholesalers. They're mom and pop shops and they need the inventory on shelves, and we can take a back in stock and take a short-term hit to be that kind of partner to them.
Which is amazing. And then also you said about Tecovas is having a moment. You know, how long do you see this moment, and how are you taking charge of the moment that's happening and bringing this full story about Tecovas as a brand?
Yeah. I don't know if any of you have seen our ads, but the theme of it, it's a local art. I don't think he's local, actually. But the song says, you won't know it by looking at me, but I'm a cowboy at heart. And he's sitting in an office chair, and then it goes into his mind, and it's footage of a sustainable buffalo ranch in Montana, and it comes back, and the chair is spinning and empty. And for us, the West is not a trend. It's an inherent part of who people are, and we always say the West doesn't need more people, but maybe more people need the West. And if we can bring that Western culture, ethos, and connection to a larger audience, then we've done our job. And so one of the things that we're most excited about is we've grown to be about over 10% of the total market share within the Western space in the last 10 years. But we actually haven't taken market share. We have grown the total available market, addressable market, the TAM.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's been a blast. It's been really fun to work at a company who I really believe in, and to work with people who believe in it as well.
Okay. And then, as you said, for South by, it's such an important time, and there's other moments when people come to Austin. And one of the things you want to do is own Austin.
Yeah.
So how do you own Austin?
Who flew in today or for this event? Did you see our billboard? That's a no. You'll see it on the way back. You already went to the store. Phenomenal. Did you get it branded?
No, so I didn't. I was kind of like you. I didn't really want to buy food.
See?
Because I live in New York, but I wanted some chicken out, and I bought a hat, and I got that logo. And
Yes.
It was a fantastic experience, and I'm making legitimate ones online.
Yes. Love everything that she just said. We just released a denim boot this week, and
It is really cute. I went there in the store. In the front, we were like, oh my god, these are
well, watch out, because no replen. So one of our strategies for women is boots of the moment. We have very few core items. Like, we have those core colors, but typically they cycle through, so that denim is not going to be there for long. Yeah, call to action. But no, I'm so sorry. What was your question? I got so excited about this. Oh, owning Austin. So we want to be part of exciting moments within Austin. So South by, we're here, but the approach we're taking is not to sponsor, but to be organically part of the moment. So Stagecoach happened in California, and we were the official boot sponsor. But what that meant was we showed up and we did this giant pop-up where we branded boots. It didn't matter if they were Tecovas or not. You could brand them to show, hey, Stagecoach's Day or anything like that, and to be part of that moment again. Here we're going to be part of ACL. We're part of South by. Austin Gamblers is our local bull riding team. We sponsor them. It's way more fun than you would. If you haven't been, there's like indoor fireworks and then like pyrotechnics on the ground that light up, and it's so much fun. Like you get really invested, and the bulls get scored. It's
by how quickly they throw someone off.
If you stay on your bull for the full 8 seconds, but the bull was kind of like...
The full 8 seconds? It's only 8 seconds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're on it for the full 8, but your bull was kind of meandering, they're like, oh, that wasn't that hard of a ride. But if the bull bucks you in 2 seconds, so your bull might get a score of like 1 to 50, you'll get like a 10. But if your bull is like really trying to get you off, you'll get a full 50 points for it.
So
You're welcome. Bring in the West.
I'm learning so much right now. But so wait, the bull is also helping you with your score?
Yeah. Okay. Your score's out of 100, but you can only earn 50 of the points. The bull earns the other 50. So typically the riders go in. I saw them like praying with their bull before, because you're assigned a different bull each time. It's not like horse riding where it's your horse. Like it's a random draw assignment to your bull. Austin Gamblers, guys. Gambler Day is August. Come back for it.
Well, I just learned about a new team sport. I thought it was like, and it wasn't even know it was a team sport.
It is now. We also sponsor F1.
Okay.
Anybody who lives in Austin, this is called like the biggest weekend in Austin. Last year, UT played Georgia that weekend. And I asked our store associates, I was like, oh, it was the biggest day of the year. I forget what Black Friday. And they're like, no. The SoCo team was like, it was the Georgia day. There was no upper limit to the amount of money the Georgia people were willing to spend to like make their mark that weekend. I was like, phenomenal. That's great. Go Blue.
And then that goes to another question. Is Black Friday as important for you as well?
It is actually. So we're still apparel. So a large portion of our business happens in Q4. But it is not our highest acquisition time period. The rest of the year is just kind of constant in terms of engagement and what we're doing. But Black Friday is Black Friday. You have to plan Black Friday. I don't know. I've been in retail my whole career. And I feel like Sarah actually and I feel like we were up at like 2 a.m. when Target would turn it, because at the time they didn't have any automation. So we were like clicking around the site. Do you remember that? Being like, is it working? Oh yeah, it was so manual, but we genuinely love being a part of that moment. The reason why we don't discount is another thing about us, but the reason why we play in a discount space over Black Friday is I think the customer intent there is so strong, where they're looking. This is their time period for that, and we go from about 15% gifting the rest of the year to 60% gifting.
Oh, wow.
Starting October 17th. Like, just skyrockets. And so a gifting solution and being there for them during that moment matters to us.
That's amazing. And then, as you said, you have growing starting with cowboy boots, but you keep growing. You're growing retail locations. Yep. What are you excited about that you're growing into next?
I can't announce that one, but I will tell you, we just launched work boots. I'll do it. We're launching female work boots with a steel toe. We launched only men's. Got a lot of feedback on social media about that. Our PR team had warned us. They're like, people are going to want the female. We're like, but we're a male-focused brand. Boy, were we wrong. The internet had strong feelings about only assuming men are construction workers. So we're coming out with a female line. And that has been a really great experience. It's like our idea of work boots, we didn't want to enter a space just to enter it. We wanted the opportunity to tell the story of you can wear them all day and all night and still look good. And I don't know if any of you know anybody who does this. My husband's an airplane mechanic, and I can tell you when he gets home, the first thing he does is boots off. Like, it could not get out of them fast enough. And what we have heard from our customers with our work boots are, I can wear them all day. They are comfortable. and our head of production and design grew up in a tannery. Like, that's his family business, and so he put all this technology into our boots that just makes them more comfortable, and we translated that over into our work boots. So really excited about what that line of business is doing, because I think it's completely incremental.
That's amazing. And so year over year, you keep growing. You're at a growing business. Are you also growing in terms of staff as well?
I think my team would say not fast enough. I don't know whose team is saying they are. Our paid and our CRM channels went from 1 person to 2 this year. So 100% growth. Staffing is mainly the stores. So our G&A cost and associated is our store staff. Nothing can beat them. They are so knowledgeable. They genuinely love Western. They wear it every day, and we're really working on making that into a career. We just launched a retail spot that we shot with actual associates in the store that accidentally played during that Chiefs game I was mentioning instead of our brand spot, and had a better response rate. I was shocked. And so Tecovas near me is now our 3rd biggest Google term. Guys, I'm so nerdy about data. Last year, our number 2 Google search was Tecova. And I don't know why people don't like our S, but I'm very proud of the fact that Tecova is now not even a top 20 term for us. And Tecovas near me is skyrocketing. During Black Friday, it was one of the highest, and then again it spiked with the Chiefs game, but it has maintained about 60% index versus that peak ever since. So seeing really strong responses of people interested in our stores and wanting to find them.
Well, that's amazing. And then, as you also said, growing, and then as you're growing and you're staffing, but not staffing as quickly as your team wants it, how are you using AI to help you?
Yeah. At my previous company, again, we had so few resources that machine learning was a huge part of what we had to do. And what I love about AI is the scalability of it. We'll never use it for content. It's never going to replace people. What I love it for is complex analytics. So we are using a company called Evolve for our A/B testing. So instead of saying A/B, they're using full customer journeys where they change and they optimize across 27 different variants and see, okay, if this variant has this one change, is that optimized? And then if that variant wins across all 25 variants, then it's an official winner. And then we optimize for which of the customer paths is best for that. You can't do that without AI. Like, a human could not do that analytics in real time the way that the system is. So AI for me is solving an analytics problem. And then on the other side, this is going to sound so creepy, but we're using an AI that's going to all of the meetings where we talk about product. It's doing real-time voice analytics, and then my team who writes the copy for the PDP is using it to ask questions to say what's special about this. And now we're integrating that into stores and customer feedback with reviews to say, hey, has this product changed over time? Is there anything we should be aware of? And it flags for us if, hey, somebody has used a term never before and now it's growing at a rate that's statistically significant and you should care about. And I got that idea from Crocs. That was not inherent to me. I met the head of digital at Crocs who did it. And so it's like a chat GPT internal to us where we can ask questions about our own product. So everybody at the team doesn't have to attend line review to know what's great about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think we have time to open it up to questions. Okay. Yeah. Does anyone have any?
The question is, how are you going to own New York? My VP of brand is, I'm fortunate enough that she has launched in New York before. Oh, sorry. I thought she was asking me a question. We are starting our marketing there today, or on March 5th. We announced it. We're integrating with different PR firms. My head of PR has already met with local companies. We're going to take part in something. Are you from New York? Okay. There's a day when the sun sets in a very neat way. Look at all. Okay, great. All these people are nodding, and I was like, that's not a thing. And phenomenal. That there's a block party, we're going to bring some Texas barbecue up and kind of take part in that and have a pop-up shop there where we'll do branding and things like that. And so we're going to integrate, as I said before, we like integrating into moments that matter to people organically and not trying to create our own. And so we're going to take part in that. I had the very basic B idea of like chalk drawing boots. So it would like lead you across the city to our store. My VP's reaction was like, well, it's a good starting thought. So I don't know how that's going to be there, but we're already on podcasts that are locally there. We are in local newsletters. Newsletters have been working great for us. And then we typically reach out to our VIPs who live in New York and give them handwritten notes. I know. If you're one, I will likely be writing a handwritten note that gets sent, because the radical hospitality angle of opening a store like this is make sure we know who you are, and then our store associate, the store leader, we're flying. The store. You guys all know this if you run retail. The person who's going to open it is one of our current top earning managers, and I can't remember if it's from the SoCo store or the Salt Lake store, but they're going to fly into New York and handle all of that, and they'll be looking through the guest list and know names, and we're pretty excited for how we're going to bring it to life. Yeah, it's going to be. I'm very excited to be in this market because I think it's important to be there. I think the biggest barrier to entry is the thing I keep hearing from people here who are from New York that are like, I like cowboy boots, but I don't think I'd wear them. And so I need a boot on the foot with them because you'll realize how comfortable they are and that you can wear them all day. But until you physically do that and see the quality product, I can see how it would be a barrier. Stylistically for men as well, we have found they don't know what to wear with it. And so helping men style cowboy boots. Yes.
Yep.
And stuff. And I realized it's the same skin, it's the same ostrich leather, but you charge significantly less, and then that's how license will work.
I love that.
And I will say that the competitor that gives us 4 hours,
I love that so much because I was gonna say so where are they? Yeah, see, and it's so funny because people don't know why they're more comfortable, and people don't know why we're at a price point that is very accessible to people, which sounds insane when I tell you that these boots cost me $265. But I'm going to be able to wear them forever. And our socks, if you haven't tried our socks, they're like game changer. Our socks are phenomenal. You get a free pair if you buy boots online, by the way. Call to action. The events thing is really interesting. We have a ton of corporate people reach out to us that say, hey, I want to host my event at your store. We don't pay people to do it. We have a ton of bachelor parties that come in and get it branded. We have companies come in and host it, and often as gifts. Corporate sales is probably the expansion piece that's happening the most organically for us. We're not chasing it at all, but people love giving it to their team. I was telling the other roundtable I was at, Kelsey Ballerini gave it away on The Voice. We did not pay her for that. We have no affiliation except that we love her, and she loves Tecovas, and she gave it to her team. And now we have this earned media of people being like, "Look at my Tecovas boots," and then they got it branded, so people now know we do that. And so, yeah, converting people from designer boots over to our boots, which are accessible, is incredibly important to us. So, thank you for your business. I'll write you a handwritten note.
Haven't noticed much. Well, you might have.
Oh my gosh, you're being blocked by my bag. Look at that. You even got the T there. Love it. You can get them care instructions as well. Our team will explain how to care for them at the store. My husband and I owned 0 cowboy boots 2 years ago. Now we're at about 20. Okay. Why am I so excited about that? The video's on the care. Post-purchase, I think when I started was the biggest opportunity we had. We didn't really have a CRM plan for after people wore them. So we stood up care instructions because we sell python, we sell gator, we sell bovine, we sell caiman, I call it the Pikachu boot, but that's not the name. It's called the Pirarucu. It's a fish in the Amazon. And the care instructions for all of them are different. And so making videos that actually embed in our email that people can go to and link out was really important for us. So thank you so much for saying that, because it was a lift. Because the poor designers are like, everybody knows how to care for that. And it's like, oh my God, they don't. Help us.
How do you balance sales through digital versus at your retail? And do you prioritize one over another, knowing in today's landscape everything's online, but at the same time everyone wants to be around community, and it sounds like y'all are creating moments in stores. So how do you balance both when it comes to
It's a good question. It's how do I balance sales in store versus online, and how do I think about that? I want to meet the customer where they are. When we talk about radical hospitality, there's people who do not want to buy online. COVID changed that for a lot of people. It advanced it, but there's still people who want boot on foot. And for those people, I want to have a store or a wholesale nearby in the MSA that they can reach. For the online customer, I want to give them every piece of information they need, including based off of customer reviews. We have a sliding scale of fit and things like that. But if I give you the technical, that's my answer. The margin question is always there as well. Shipping is expensive. Returns are expensive. Online, that happens more often than not. But truly, as a company, because of our radical hospitality, we do not care where you shop as long as you get the boot you need when you want it. Yes. Yes! That's why I need a boot in every zip code.
Like,
100% the latter. Sorry, the question is, do we use AI at all integration within our design process? And when I tell you that at Target, there was a joke. The fourth floor people were not like everyone else. That was the design floor. And everybody else came in business. It was business casual that we were at. No, we were full business. We had to wear suits. Not that floor. That floor wore like a bird on a shoulder one. And you're like, oh, it's a fourth floor person. I don't believe that designers are going to be the fast adopters of AI, and I don't want to push them there, because a lot of their job is walking through WESA and walking through South by and seeing what's on people's feet. The fact that we hit the olive trend, we had an olive Abbey this past year, color of the season. The butter yellow, that's the Pantone color of this year, we actually have a boot. We had designed it 18 months ago. Denim, 18-month lead time. So no, not yet, and I don't think that group in particular is going to be fast adopters. No, it's all internal. It's all out of their minds and all in-house. Yeah. Are you a designer? Yeah. Trend design is, and you know, especially because I come from Target, where it was a little bit pre-trend curve, and then I was at Overstock, which was post-trend curve. It's something I've always watched, and this company, we have to have the everyday staples. I think somebody on staff here is wearing our Annie Bones that are like our day-to-day. They're the best. But then Brown had a moment, and I'm always impressed by the fact that our merchandising team can follow this and the design team follows it, but they are unique beasts, and there's a reason I'm not a merchant anymore. I can't track it all.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.